Hello my YouTube family, Disciple here from Noob Gaming, bringing you guys a new video. This is a video actually on my favorite build. I was asked to do this previously, and I really hadn't even planned to do so because I switched stuff up so much that I really hadn't had a favorite build in my mind. But after a lot of consideration and thought, I actually did decide on which build is my favorite. And now something really quick I gotta put in, I am going through the stats and everything, but you guys will probably have to pause it if you actually want to take a good look, but I do wait for a while, so it should be pretty easy to pause. You shouldn't have too much trouble. Also, if you want to go straight to the PvP, because there is 5 great matches, two or three of these matches are some of the best I've ever had. Very entertaining to watch, I'm sure they will be for you guys, and they were a lot of fun to play, so hopefully you guys will enjoy those. But again, I'm going through the stats and everything right here. So about my equipment a little bit. First of all, the name of this build is Maiden, and I also came up with that yesterday when I was thinking about what build was actually going to be my favorite. And just another side note, well, I'll do that later. So I'm using Grant. Now Grant is the only faith-based weapon that you don't make yourself. So it's kind of like the large sword of moonlight for intelligence, and all that. It kind of has its place as the faith weapon. And I like it because it's strong and powerful, and it's viable. It's very usable, but it's nothing close to overpowered or anything like that. It's a good weapon, but it's always kind of challenging to use, so it keeps me on my toes, and it's nothing I get very comfortable with. I'm always kind of uncomfortable using Grant, but I always enjoy it, and it's a very viable weapon. I'm also using the light crossbow. That's just you'll actually see how I use that. I really don't need to talk about that much. Grass crest shield, because a lot of times a two-hand Grant, and then my canvas talisman, which really doesn't come into play much, because I just have force and emit force. I don't really like to use those very much. And then I'm wearing the Maiden robes. Now, the reason I'm wearing the Maiden robes is because I love the way they look. I think they're one of the best looking armors. I also like that it's the zero poise thing, so it's also kind of not very easy to use because of the zero poise, so it kind of keeps me on my toes as well. But I also love the way it looks, and it offers a pretty great defense, to be honest. It's one of the better defense offering robes, and I enjoy using it. I like the way my character looks wearing it, so that actually is my favorite armor set in itself. So yeah, this is kind of my favorite setup. This is my build, and I've never seen anybody else use this exact same setup, to be honest. I barely ever see Grant, because you got to make a build for it to be viable. You have to make a build for it specifically targeted at using Grant, and that's exactly what I did. And that's this build. And you guys saw the stats, and I have something I'm going to add to that in a second. But again, yeah, the Maiden robes are definitely my favorite armor by far. I think even when Artorias' armor drops, they'll probably still be my favorite, just because no one wears them. They offer great defense, and they look pretty sweet. And I like the way they snug. It's really small, like the graphic stuff, to say that that's what you like. But I like how they snug around your character, and that was a really close fight. That was a great fight as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this really good gameplay. I tried to get some really good gameplay. I played for several hours. I had more wins than this, but I wanted to get really good matches. So that's what we got here, and I wanted to make this a special type of video, just because it is my favorite build. And again, yeah, just like the visual effects, I like the way the robes snug around your character, instead of fitting loosely like so many other types of robes and armors. So yeah, that's enough about the visual stuff and my weapons and stuff. If you have any more questions, just post them in the comments below, and I'll feel free to, and I'll answer those at my earliest convenience. And again, these matches are some of the really good matches. Like especially against this guy, they all came down really close. Now Grant, a little bit more on Grant. It does do physical and magic damage, but it does almost 700. So it doesn't do as much. If it was just plain physical, it would do more, because the defense of your opponent's armor, magic and physical, wouldn't kick in. But it still does a good amount of damage. It's fairly slow, but the rolling attack is pretty quick. The two-handed R2 is also very viable as well. It has huge range, even though the startup is pretty slow. It's like a huge Wrath of the Gods. I think it actually does more damage than Wrath of the Gods would for me, as this guy actually uses this. Now you're gonna see where I use the crossbow. See, he's capturing me with miracles. Shoot off the hip. I feel so cool using the light crossbow. I'm probably gonna use this build a lot more, make it my trademark. Now that I've actually decided and have been set on what is my favorite. I love shooting the light crossbow off the hip. I know there's probably some better weapons I could use, but I love the way it just right off the hip, really fast, and then you reload it. The reload animation is kind of slow for it being a quote-unquote light crossbow. Now this guy, he was kind of playing around, but I figured I'd just throw this one in here anyway. I don't know really what his problem was, but hopefully you guys will enjoy this one anyway. Yeah, but I just love like shooting off the hip with a light crossbow and finishing opponents off. I love the way it looks, and I love feeling. I just feel so cool. So I don't know if anybody's gonna copy this build, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably my official build now. The one that I want to make my name with, the one that I enjoy using the most, and I don't know, the one I'm probably gonna spend more time with. I know I've been saying I was gonna use the Artorias build and the Great Sword of Artorias for practice, but now that I've actually had my mind set on this, I really am enjoying this build a lot. And actually, this character is not at first, I hadn't done the bottomless box. Oh, I think I did the bottomless box glitch, but I didn't do any other types of leveling up glitches. So it was legit at first, even though I did after a while. I get some help from friends to get all the armor and equipment that I wanted. And I'm pretty sure my friend was muled, but oh, David is cool. He helped me out. I'm pretty sure he was muled. That's why he had all the stuff. So I don't know what your guys' opinion on all that is. It's just I wanted to make a note that though most of my characters have a lot of stuff. Most of my other characters have a lot of stuff from technical mules. This one was actually pretty legit. I will be heading to the kiln in this build soon, actually. And I'm actually in the Manor of the Dark Moon Blades. So before I got any help from anybody, I had cleared almost all the game. I had already beat Ornstein and Small, had the Lord Vessel. I'm not sure. I think I beat the 4 Kings. I think I just have to do... I think I did Seath, too. I think I just have to do the Chaos Witch Kellogg, or the Beta Chaos. That's what I gotta do. That's the last boss. I don't know why I'm saying Kellogg. Qualag, whatever it is. So yeah, this character was all the way up until I finished the build was legit, and I'm going to be heading to the kiln soon, so that's just why I wanted to add that. So I just want to reinforce that point that a lot of people have been saying since I've been doing so many builds. It's been pretty obvious that I either got muled or I've been doing the BB glitch, but I just wanted to point that out, that this character is not 100% legit, but like 90%. And I don't know what you guys' opinion. I don't think many people really mind if I were to get completely muled or do the BB glitch to help me finish builds, as long as I'm making good videos and not just actually cheating or hacking or anything like that, because that's not what I'm doing. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So again, yeah, this build is really enjoyable to use. I don't know if anybody would like to try this out. It is very viable, I found. My win ratio usually when I'm playing really challenging builds and using something I'm not comfortable with is pretty low, to be honest. If I were to live stream, I'd probably lose a good amount of my matches. But I think I won more than 50% of the fights I had in the Berg as well. I don't think for every match I lost, I think there was at least 1 or 2 that I won. So yeah, I mean it's pretty viable, and I encourage you guys to try it out. If you want to like do a video for Subscriber Saturday using this build, I would really enjoy that. And here I'm having another fight with this guy Spanish. And our fights, I don't know, this guy, he was really intense, and our fights were always really intense. This one was in itself was several minutes. You see how much health both of us have right now. It's very, very low. I was kind of on the edge of my seat, tensing up, trying to focus and just trying to make sure I got this kill, because this was a great match. And I would have posted it had I lost or won. Unfortunately, these are the only 2 fights I believe I had with this guI. So that would have been a lot of fun to have some more. But I finished him shooting off the hip there again, something I'm really starting to enjoy. I love the way the light crossbow works. And it can do a pretty sizable amount of damage, nearly 200, which isn't anything too great. But it's still, again, a very viable option, I believe. At least in my opinion. And then I'm fighting this guy, Jam Link. This is the final battle. I'm not sure if it's as high quality as other ones, but it is a good fight. One you guys should enjoy. This guy, I fought him a few times before, I believe, or he was hosting PvP, and I had a few chances to watch him. I'm not sure, but he kind of goes for backstabs pretty intensely. I don't think he gets me in this one. Maybe he does, as I throw a firebomb right there. And I have 99 firebombs, 99 repair powders, and stuff like that, because I actually bought those from the Undead Merchant. I had no idea you could actually buy that stuff from him. When I was waiting, actually right before this match, I believe, I had gone and paid a visit to him because I was waiting to get summoned. And I realized he had some pretty good stuff for sale. It would have liked to have some green blossoms. I'm pretty sure you can buy this from someone else. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I had actually bought that stuff. So that stuff is not from any type of mule or anything. I bought that with my own hard-earned souls that I got in PvP. And the miracles, you could probably switch the talisman off on this build, but the miracles can be useful, even though I don't really use them very often. Wrath of the Gods has more range than Force, which kind of makes no sense to me. I think Force should definitely have more range than Wrath of the Gods, especially since it does no damage. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Oh, the note that I wanted to make earlier that I kind of forgot because I got off in a tangent and was talking about stuff that really didn't pertain to what I wanted to. This build is not perfectly optimized. You could make it a lot better, and I'll actually, when I have a chance, I don't know if I'll do it as soon as the video's up, I'll post a link to the Dark Souls Mugen Monkey, where you can pretty much make all kinds of builds and stuff, and perfect them. And I actually made this one before that, so I'll show you guys how you can perfect this build if you wanted to try it out. But again, you already saw my stats. So if you guys have enjoyed, this is my favorite build, Mighty Maiden. Love you guys, hope you've enjoyed. Again, I know I just said that a second ago. Yosh, damn it, and God bless.